Voice of Change News.
This is Voice of Change Radio News. I'm Amanda Kumalo. A quick look at stories making the headlines. President curbs unnecessary foreign travel. In business news, Zim food secure despite drought forecast. In regional and international news, France is pulling all its troops from Niger, Macron. In sports news, Matawu, new Warriors manager. The news in detail. President Mnangagwa has restricted unnecessary foreign travel by both cabinet ministers and their permanent secretaries, saying only trips which contribute to Zimbabwe's national priorities and ultimate vision of an upper middle income economy by 2030 will be sanctioned. In addition, the president declared that going forward, no minister and permanent secretary will be permitted to be out of the country at the same time, as this would curtail their ministry service delivery and general government business. This comes as the Second Republic with a brand new mandate following ZANU-PF and President Mnangagwa's victory in the August 23-24 elections continues to accelerate production and productivity on all fronts. In other news, Zimbabwe will continue to be innovative and come up with ways to survive despite the yoke of illegal sanctions that have been imposed by Western countries. Foreign Affairs and International Trade Minister Frederick Shava has said. Minister Shava said this yesterday while fielding questions from the media during a post-cabinet briefing held in Harare. He said President Mnangagwa called for the removal of sanctions at the just-ended 78th United Nations General Assembly that was held in New York last week. Moving on to business news. Zimbabwe has a health maize and wheat grain reserve to guarantee national food security, and government is stepping up preparations for the summer cropping season to maximize on harvest in the face of projected below normal to normal rainfall. This state of preparedness was presented by Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services Minister Dr. Jennifer Muswere at yesterday's post-cabinet media briefing in Harare. A preliminary weather forecast has indicated that large parts of southern Africa are expected to have normal to below normal rainfall in the 2023-24 cropping season. In view of the projections, the government has begun making steps to mitigate against envisaged shortages. In news beyond our borders, France is pulling its presence, including its military force of some 1,500 out of Niger. President Emmanuel Macron had initially refused to deal with Niger's coup government, including when it demanded France's ambassador leave. The new military rulers welcomed the announcement. President Emmanuel Macron on Sunday announced that France would withdraw its ambassador from Niger, followed by the French military contingent in the coming months, a move welcomed by Niger's military leaders as a step towards sovereignty. And finally, in sports news, the FIFA Normalization Committee has appointed Clemence Matawu as the Warriors manager, having disbanded the post of general manager responsible for all national teams. Matawu, who is currently the Chicken Inn Club administrator, starts his new role with a trip to Gaborone for Saturday's international friendly against Botswana as part of that country's independence celebrations. Simba Boras Zvanai Kawadza joins the Warriors set up as goalkeepers coach, with Antonio Torres being the fitness and conditioning coach, as well as coach Bautma Brito's translator. That brings us to the end of this bulletin.
Voice of Change News.